That was called A View from the Clouds. I wrote it back in like 2008-ish, maybe 7, maybe 9, during some really, really, really dark times in my life that only continued to get worse all the way till about 2013. Got way worse around 2013. So I felt some pretty heavy abandoned by the universe, abandoned by God feelings in my life. During times when I wasn't really looking honestly at my part in it and the choices I was making that were not in my best interest. Oh, birds. Let me show you. Especially because the next song I'm about to play is called Waterbird. Hey guys, you're out in the snow water. I don't even know if you can see them. Wow. Anyway, so that's a pretty... that song is actually, now that I've been rocking it out sometimes with Brian on drums, I like it a lot more. Oh, I've made like multiple versions of this video. I forgot I didn't say that yet. So, yeah, so Brian's been, he heard me play this one like last week. So yeah, that's what the Super Song Sharing series is it's just a chance to play some old songs, kind of have a place for them to live on the internet, knowing that this one, I think I have it slated for an album called Tiny Traumas, Adding Up, Out of Body in Your Skin 1. And I released those albums backwards because that's how I've been working through trauma. So far, if you want to hear a bunch of trauma songs, which is actually, I just remembered, that's where this next song is from. But if you want to hear a bunch of trauma songs, go on my Bandcamp. There's like 25 albums or things up there, but it's the one, it's about halfway down maybe. It's blue clouds and it says in cursive writing, Tiny Traumas. And that's Tiny Traumas 3. So that's the only one I've released so far. I'm working on Tiny Traumas too with a producer who's going to do some mixing for me. I'll just say who. I've never said who. Jake Kalmink. He's great. So that's coming soon-ish. I have like 6 projects in the works, but this one, A View from the Clouds, is slated for like Tiny Traumas 1, which I have about 6 albums to get through before I plan to get to that. Just like the distance between Tiny Traumas 3 and Tiny Traumas 2 will have been like 12 or more albums. I think it'll end up being that much as well. I just have a lot of work I feel called to bring into the world, and I don't have the best, most streamlined work ethic. I have a very strong work ethic, but it's enthusiasm based, and so I don't have the best like grudge work, dragging your feet kind of grumble work ethic. So, which is maybe part of my calling. So I can tough it up. Like if I'm being paid for a job, I'm very good at sucking it up and doing absolutely whatever's needed of me. So, I mean, not very good. I'm okay. I'm average. All right. So this one's called Waterbird. This one was written in 2017. So almost 10 years later, maybe even early 2018. This is one of the songs during the 365 songs in 365 days. So I've only played it a few times. I can't really play the ending yet, but I just wanted to play this as a bookend to the one I just played, because this one is a little more accurate for how I feel in my faith and in my skin when I'm feeling sad, which I'm not right now. So this is also a performance challenge for me to try to, I'm trying to learn how to go back to that place in my mind. I don't know if I did it on the last one. I tried my best, but yeah, there's a lot to focus on in that other song because it's very busy piano-wise. It's not busy, it's just very intricate and meticulous to play this part and to keep that going perfectly. And most of them are half steps descending in the inner part. But then when you get to this B section, there's a whole step and then the half steps. And then whole step, half steps, half steps, half steps. And then I always mess this part up. Somehow I wanted to end up on that note, so it's like you have to put a whole step somewhere at the end of that one. Whole step, half step, half step, half step, half step. And now I think I had wanted whole step, half step, half step, half step, whole step. No, that didn't seem right. Let me check. I'm dogging too much. Yeah, I think I wanted the whole step at the end like that. And obviously everything's going back up to the anchor on the A at the top, so it's not really it's like a half step with the inner part of my hand. I'd show you, but I just taped my phone down. So anyway, I don't even know if this is interesting to you, but this is how my brain works. Sometimes about the poetry and the meaning, and sometimes about the intricacy of the music theory, sometimes about the birds out my window. Okay, let's go on. Okay. Super Song Sharing Part 2, Waterbird. This one you can find on an album, so go to Tiny Traumas 3 on my Bandcamp or on Spotify. And yeah, it's the album with clouds all over it. And I think Waterbird is track 4. Here we go. In case I bomb it, you know. Is a rendition of Waterbird. I think think if I ever wanted to play it more similar to the original, I would actually have to listen to the original YouTube take, because now when I'm playing this, I hear in my head the extra piano layers that I added on the Tiny Traumas album, and they're not physically or comfortably playable without like doing an arrangement, like an adaptation of 2 or even 3 piano parts crushed together, which is what's on the album, and it's not natural to go from one part to the other part, so then I would have to like either figure out an arrangement of all of those ones through listening. I don't, like I said, my relationship to work is interesting, but through enthusiasm, I'm sure if I listened to it enough and really had a bug in my bonnet, or whatever the expression is, to really do that, I'm sure I would or could do something a little more similar to the album. But instead, I actually think it would be maybe wiser to go back and listen to the one that doesn't have all those extra parts added and figure out what was the original piano part even. So anyway, that's how I write songs. That's how I fall in love with some songs way more than others. Probably up to, I don't know, Brian asked me if I was at 10,000 songs. I said yes, but I think he's right. We did some math of how many years and roughly how many songs a year, and I'm probably closer to 5,000 songs by now in my life. He's like, I don't think you think or aware of how much 5,000 still would be, because, yeah, 50, hundreds. And if I do, in the last decade, I've done about, again, they're not good. They're just it's my own personal therapy. I've said that before. That's why I said again. I didn't say it in this video, but I'm not trying to write 300 good songs a year. I'm not trying to be a craftsman like for like artists or something in Nashville or LA or something. I'm not trying to be a craftsman of songs. It's almost the exact opposite. I'm trying to press record and capture whatever I'm working through emotionally at any given time. And the only real reason for the capture is because of those rare moments. It's usually 1 out of every, let's say 50, 1 out of every 50 songs that I have a feeling like a pull towards a song. And I try to put those ones, or at least a clip of those ones, on Instagram, sort of as a way of remembering that they exist. Like there's one from Southern Indiana when we were at my boyfriend's mom's and stepdad's house. And I wrote like 3, but there's one in particular that like I want to go back and relearn. And now one is on my Instagram called Catapult. That's from like, I don't know, 15 posts ago, who knows. And that was written down in Holland, Michigan, on a day I was particularly heavy feeling, and that song kind of converted it. And so like it's a ukulele song, and I've been just this week trying to relearn it. So I'm trying to get better at that, like when I have one of those 1 song out of 50 moments, that I take the time to either write out the lyrics or print the lyrics. Like this one's just like printed. This one, I think I relearned. This one I just played, Waterbird, I relearned that one because I played it in my 12 album release show in 2019, and we raised money for the Chicago Rape Crisis Hotline, which was part of Resiliency, I believe. Resilience. It's in Chicago, and it was a really helpful thing in my life back in like 2005. So I wanted to give back. And it was nice to bring a lot of bands together around that cause and just, kind of dedicate and donate what all of these albums pushing through me kind of comes from. I mean, it's not, I did learn though in 2020. 2019 I was a little more on that theme of that all the songwriting and everything kind of comes from trauma that I'm trying to work through. And in 2020 I think I got a little more in touch with my roots. I always show these pictures. But I don't know that I got more childlike. I actually think I kind of started to grow up a little bit this past year, even in a pandemic, because I realized, like, yes, my childhood is precious to me, but I'm never going to get this age again unless I honor this age. And I started reflecting on what other people are doing around this age and what kinds of things I feel regret about, or not regret like it's gone, but like a pull towards. What do I feel a pull towards and feel like either I already missed out on or feel like trauma stole from me, and instead of just living the rest of my life in that sort of wound, just starting to reclaim some of it and take direction from my own inner compass, but not just from my trauma inner compass that wanted to be healed, but from my own like health inner compass that wanted to like live the life I felt meant to live in the first place, which a lot of it is simpler things than maybe people wanted for me or thought I would want. So a lot of people ever since my youth, because I was singing on stages ever since kindergarten, like for 500 people, and then like won this like statewide songwriting award like 3 times in elementary school and middle school. And so I just had a lot of attention for that, so I think people assumed I'd be the type of person that would like want to move to LA and like hustle, or New York City or whatever. And like I tried some of those things, but a lot of times when I move to cities, I end up just wanting to go to coffee shops and journal. Like that's me in cities, is a lot of solitude, bookstores, coffee shops, sometimes bars, but you know, for maybe not bars, more a brewery, sit with a journal. Like, and I do that stuff here too, but I think yeah, I'm just, I guess, before I devolve from my point is, the point I was originally making is, I think I am not who people think I should want to be for what's inside of me. But, you know, Instagram exists, YouTube exists, there are solitude and introverted ways to bring your music into the world. I mean, a lot of my biggest heroes, like take Joanna Newsom or Sufjan Stevens, they don't have some big public presence. They're not running around hustling. They just are creating music and creating it well. And that is a 90% or more introverted life. So I've been just trying to get back to that and trust my own healthy inner compass for all of the simple joys and simple things that are wired in me. And if that confuses some people, I don't know. It's like I want a lot of the simple things, but not a lot of the things that normally go with the simple things. So whatever. I don't know why I'm sharing all this. I guess I'm sharing this because maybe it will help you if you are an artist or a baker or something, and you feel resonance with this idea that you match a type on a certain thing. Like I am a songwriter, or I am an artist, or I am a you fill in the blank. And therefore, because you match it on those things, other people kind of, they don't mean to, they just kind of overlay you with projections of, well, you should go do this. You should go move to Nashville, or you should write for famous people and send them your songs, or you should write jingles for commercials, or whatever it is. People had ideas at you of what you should do with your talents or with your skills. And that has done nothing but derail me, because I'm an open-hearted person, or I used to be more so. This is long. I'm getting into too many topics. But my point is, like, because now I've learned boundaries and how to have some armor that all humans should have from, you know, all different types of energy that's projected at us. So having armor is not a bad thing. You shouldn't walk around the world as an open, throbbing heart, because you will take every wound that comes your way and you won't be able to function. And I've learned that through 10 years of research. So I don't know. I mean, do you? I don't care. I mean, I care, but I don't. It doesn't affect my life story if you do you and you decide to learn that same lesson the hard way. Where was I going with that? I don't remember. Anyway, wait, something about having armor, walls up, heart. People projecting at you. So yeah, if you feel like other people want you to be a certain thing because it's what we do in our family, or they want you to be a certain thing because they have opinions about how that will make you successful, or that will make you this or that, or this or that, and it's like, if you have no opinion, go ahead and follow it. But if you have a strong opinion or a strong resistance in you, especially in your heart, but actually maybe especially in your gut, if you have a strong resistance in your gut, like, that doesn't sound like me. This person is projecting these ideas at me, but they don't have the information that I have about me. I have the guts, the gut wisdom that tells me the truth of who I am. And I can try to use my brain to overwrite who I actually am. My heart resonance, my gut resonance, like good gut feelings. You know what that is. I had killed mine. I had killed my heart. Not killed. I had frozen my heart, and I had, I guess, paused my gut feelings. I decided to override my gut feelings. And so one of my favorite friends just showed up. So I saved these, as Ryan knows. Hi, Ryan. I'm going to hit wave. I could have just kept talking, but I love this person too much. Okay. Anyway, so my point is that, you know, if you use your brain to override your internal intelligence, then there will likely be a later time where all of that unfreezes or reignites and points out that your brain was using its creativity to like rewrite your own self, and that is not maybe the wisest use of your creative mind. So that's where I'm at now, is just the idea of people projecting their ideas of what I could do with my talents in my life just ended up not quite serving me in the ways I think they thought it would. So yeah, that's actually why even with my own piano students, excuse me, I don't really give advice, which is not the best for piano theater. Like I guide them, but I guide them using their compass of what their actual piano interests are, rather than kind of try to impose, well, I think you should do classical and I think you'd be great at it. So anyway, yeah, there's some rambles, a couple songs. If you like listening to me ramble about random topics, feel free to check out my YouTube. I'm like 4 months behind in uploading, but I've got like 30 to 60 minute videos all over YouTube of just me talking out in nature. Kind of some shaky cam, but whatever. Anyway, I think that's it. Sorry I'm already done, Ryan. I love you. Yeah, Ryan is the artist. Wait, oh, I won't do the thing. I always do that when he pops in, so. But, you know, he's the artist who's done like 6 of my album covers, and maybe it's not that many. It feels like that many. It's great. And we have art of his all over my house. I'm sorry if I embarrass you, Ryan, every time I do that. Anyway, yeah. All right, have a great day, everyone. Bye.